Have you ever stopped to think about what truly makes someone shine brighter than gold as they grow older? It's not about money, it's not about status, and it sure isn't just dumb luck. The truth is, after 65, there are certain qualities that, when carefully nurtured, transform you into someone truly irreplaceable, someone others respect, admire, and just love being around. But here's the kicker. So many folks overlook these very traits, letting them slip away without realizing the incredible value they hold. In this video, we're diving into 6 powerful qualities that, when you embrace them, won't just make you loved, they'll make you deeply cherished. These aren't about how you look or what you own, they're about how you live, how you think, and how you carry yourself. The best part? You can start cultivating these qualities at any point in life, no matter where you are right now. You have the power to nurture these 6 things and become the kind of person whose mere presence leaves a lasting impact. Stick with me to the end, because the final one is something most people don't realize until it's almost too late. If you've ever felt like you're fading into the background as the years go by, or if you're wondering how to hold on to your sense of purpose and dignity, this is for you. These 6 qualities will not only help you stand out in a quiet, powerful way, but also fill your life with a deep sense of fulfillment, something far more precious than any treasure out there. Before we jump in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. If you enjoy what you hear today, drop a 1 in the comments. If it's not quite your cup of tea, just let me know with a 0 so I can keep improving for you. All right, let's get started. There's something undeniably powerful about someone who knows their own value. A person who carries themselves with quiet dignity, doesn't crave approval, and refuses to let age dim their shine. This unshakable self-respect is one of the most precious qualities you can nurture after 65, and it's what makes you truly one of a kind. In our younger years, many of us worry about fitting in, proving ourselves, or being liked. But those who grow to be quietly more valuable than gold, they've learned that their worth doesn't need anyone else's stamp of approval. They stop chasing external validation, stop wasting energy on people who don't value them, and most importantly, stop apologizing for who they are. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old retired school secretary. She used to bend over backward to keep everyone happy, even if it meant sacrificing her own peace. But as she got older, she had a revelation. Her time, energy, and well-being mattered just as much. She started saying no to things she didn't want to do, stopped feeling guilty for putting herself first, and quit letting others' opinions shape her choices. And you know what? People respect her deeply for it. Self-respect isn't about arrogance or brushing others off. It's about knowing your worth and not letting anyone chip away at it. It's setting standards for how you deserve to be treated and never lowering them just to keep the peace. It's looking in the mirror and knowing you're enough, just as you are, without needing to prove a thing. Here's the magic. People can sense when you respect yourself. It's in the way you talk, the way you move, the way you handle life's curveballs. Someone with self-respect doesn't beg for attention, doesn't need constant validation, and doesn't tolerate disrespect. They carry a quiet strength that makes others naturally treat them with the same respect they demand. Too many folks, as they age, start to believe they're less valuable just because they're older. They think they need to shrink, stay quiet, or settle for less. But the truth? Age should make your self-respect stronger, not weaker. With age comes experience, wisdom, and the clarity that your worth has never depended on anyone else's opinion. If this hits home, if you believe in the power of standing tall in your own value, let me know by dropping a 6 in the comments. Your engagement keeps me creating content to inspire and uplift you. One of the greatest secrets to a truly rich life after 65 is learning to find happiness in life's small moments. This isn't about settling for less. It's about realizing that the most meaningful, beautiful moments often come from everyday pleasures so many overlook. Those who are quietly more precious than gold have mastered this. They don't need constant thrills to feel content. They don't chase after things they don't truly want. Instead, they have a knack for spotting beauty where others see nothing special. A steaming mug of coffee on a quiet morning, the warmth of sunlight on their skin, the sound of laughter shared with old friends, or the peace of a simple, well-lived day. Picture Henry, a 77-year-old former electrician. He's not rolling in wealth or fame, but he's genuinely happy. Henry doesn't waste time grumbling about what he doesn't have. Every morning he wakes up grateful for what he does have. On his walks he notices the way the leaves dance in the breeze. At dinner he savors every bite. When catching up with buddies, he's all in, listening, laughing, soaking up the moment instead of dwelling on past regrets or future worries. Here's why this matters. People can feel that kind of contentment. They sense when someone's at peace with life, truly grateful, and free from the need to chase more. That kind of presence is rare, magnetic, and draws others in. The problem? Too many spend their later years fixating on what's missing. They dwell on regrets, compare their lives to others, and convince themselves happiness is something they left behind. But the most precious people know how to make the present moment enough. They don't waste energy complaining about things they can't change or let small annoyances steal their peace. They choose joy over and over in the tiniest ways. This isn't pretending life is always perfect. It's training your mind to notice the good, even on ordinary days. It's appreciating what's right in front of you instead of longing for something else. True happiness isn't found in big flashy moments. It's built, bit by bit, in how you live every single day. One of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate after 65 is the ability to put people at ease. This isn't about being the loudest in the room or always entertaining. It's about having a presence that makes others feel safe, understood, and valued. A presence people seek out not for what you give them, but for how you make them feel. Those with this gift have something truly special, a quiet warmth that pulls people in. They're the ones you want to sit next to in a room full of strangers, the ones who, without saying much, make you feel like you belong. They listen without judging, offer kindness without expecting anything back, and make the world feel a little lighter. Consider Ellen, a 70-year-old retired librarian. She has this way of making everyone around her feel at home. She doesn't force conversations or steal the spotlight, yet people are drawn to her. When she speaks, it's with gentleness and sincerity. When she listens, she really listens. Not just waiting for her turn, but making you feel like your words matter. That's why people love being around her. She's not flashy, not chasing attention, but her warmth is unforgettable. This kind of presence isn't about what you say, it's about how you make people feel. It's the reassuring smile you offer when someone seems unsure, the way you let others express themselves without interrupting, the small but meaningful acts of kindness, a thoughtful remark, a genuine compliment, a simple gesture of care. The beauty? People don't forget this kind of presence. Long after the conversation ends, they remember the comfort of being near you, the kindness in your voice, the softness in your expression, the way you made them feel like they mattered. That's what makes someone quietly more precious than gold. Not wealth, not power, not being the center of attention, but being a source of warmth in a world that can feel so cold. And the best part? This quality doesn't fade with age, it deepens. It's not about youth, beauty, or charisma. It's about a lifetime of wisdom, patience, and love. Things that only grow stronger over time. If you've ever known someone whose presence brought you comfort, you know how rare this is. And if you nurture it in yourself, you'll be someone people cherish for who you are, not what you have. If this resonates, if you believe in the power of warmth and kindness, drop a 4 in the comments. Your engagement helps me keep creating content to uplift you. One of the most valuable things you can develop after 65 is the ability to set boundaries that protect your time, energy, and peace without a shred of guilt. Too many people, especially as they age, fall into the trap of people-pleasing, saying yes when they mean no, tolerating disrespect out of habit, or letting others take more than they give. But the truth is, the most quietly powerful people know their worth and refuse to compromise it. Boundaries aren't about being cold, distant, or selfish. They're about knowing what you will and won't accept, ensuring you don't sacrifice your well-being just to keep others comfortable. Master this, and you become someone respected, valued, and quietly more precious than gold. Think of Walter, a 68-year-old retired carpenter. For years, he struggled to say no. If someone needed help moving, he'd do it, even if his knees ached. If a friend called to vent endlessly, he'd listen, even when it drained him. When someone crossed his boundaries, he stayed quiet to avoid conflict. Over time, he felt stretched thin, exhausted, and underappreciated. Then he made a choice, to value his own time as much as he valued others. Now, Walter sets firm but kind boundaries. He helps when he genuinely wants to, not out of obligation. He listens, but doesn't let himself become an emotional dumping ground. He spends time with people who lift him up, not drag him down. And most importantly, he doesn't feel guilty for prioritizing his well-being. The result? He's happier, healthier, and more respected than ever. Here's what most don't realize. When you let others cross your boundaries, you teach them it's okay. But when you clearly define what's acceptable, you attract people who respect your time, energy, and presence. The strongest, most graceful older adults aren't the ones who let others walk all over them. They're the ones who say no with confidence, no explanation needed. They know their time is precious, that they deserve relationships built on mutual respect, and that those who truly care will honor their boundaries, not push past them. The best part? Setting boundaries doesn't just earn you respect from others, it builds self-respect. You stop feeling resentful, drained, or taken for granted. You feel in control, at peace, and deeply valued. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they age is thinking that learning, exploring, and new experiences are just for the young. But the truth is, those who remain quietly more precious than gold never stop being curious. They keep exploring, asking questions, embracing new ideas. They don't get stuck in their ways or dismiss things just because they're different from what they've always known. Curiosity keeps your mind sharp, but more than that, it keeps your spirit alive. The older adults who stay vibrant and engaging are the ones open to new conversations, new books, new skills, new perspectives. They don't shut down discussions with, "That's just how it is." Instead, they say, "Tell me more." They listen, absorb, and stay lifelong learners. Not just in classrooms, but in how they approach the world. Take Clara, a 71-year-old former nurse. She could have settled into a routine of watching the same shows, chatting with the same people, and telling the same stories. But instead, she seeks out new adventures. She reads books outside her usual interests, listens when younger folks share their experiences instead of brushing them off as too different. She even picks up new tech, not because she has to, but because she loves keeping up with the world. The result? She's endlessly fascinating to talk to. People are drawn to her not just for her wisdom, but because she's not stuck in the past. She's present, engaged, and always growing. Curiosity makes you feel alive, at any age. It wards off boredom, fights stagnation, and fills every year with fresh discoveries. More than that, it makes you someone others love being around. Nobody enjoys a conversation with someone who refuses to see beyond their own narrow world. But someone who asks questions, shows genuine interest in others' lives, and stays connected to the world, they're unforgettable. The sad truth is, those who get set in their ways too soon often end up bitter, frustrated, and isolated. But those who keep questioning, learning, and growing stay energized, relevant, and deeply valued. Curiosity isn't something that fades on its own. You have to choose to nurture it every day. If you've ever met someone radiating this kind of curiosity, you know how magnetic it is. And if you cultivate it in yourself, you'll never feel like life's passing you by. You'll always be in the middle of something meaningful. If this sparks something in you, if you felt the joy of learning something new or believe curiosity keeps you vibrant, Let me know with a 2 in the comments. Your engagement helps me keep creating content to inspire you. One of the most valuable qualities you can develop after 65 is a deep, steady calm, a presence that reassures others, brings peace to any room, and makes people feel safe. This isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything's fine. It's about the wisdom to know what truly matters, the patience to let go of petty annoyances, and the strength to stay grounded when life throws challenges your way. As we age, we see more of life's ups and downs, loss, change, unexpected hardships. Some let these experiences make them bitter or anxious. But those who quietly become more precious than gold, they've learned to stay centered. They don't panic over small inconveniences, don't turn every disagreement into a fight, and know how to offer perspective when others feel overwhelmed. Picture Frank, a 69-year-old retired teacher. Years ago, his presence alone could settle a room. He wasn't the loudest or the most commanding, but there was something about him. His calm voice, his ability to truly listen, his way of offering reassurance without overreacting. Even now, in retirement, people gravitate toward him. His grandkids love confiding in him because he never dismisses their feelings. His friends trust him because he doesn't add fuel to the fire. His partner, after decades together, still finds comfort in how he handles life's twists and turns. This kind of calm isn't passive. It's about knowing when to act and when to let things go. It's choosing not to waste energy on things that won't matter a year from now. It's the strength to stay level-headed when others are spiraling. The most respected older adults don't let emotions run the show. They pause before reacting, listen before speaking, and know most arguments aren't worth the fuss. They don't waste time proving themselves to people who don't matter or let frustration dictate their mood. Instead, they become the person others turn to in a crisis, the one who makes any space feel calmer just by being there. Here's the secret. This calm doesn't just earn you respect, it makes your own life so much better. It cuts stress, strengthens relationships, and lets you focus on what truly brings joy. If you've ever known someone with this kind of presence, you know how powerful it is. And if you nurture it in yourself, you'll become someone quietly more valuable than gold, not because of what you own, but because of the peace you bring to those around you. One of the most profound qualities you can cultivate after 65 is the ability to forgive, truly and wholeheartedly, without holding on to grudges. This isn't about ignoring hurt or letting others off the hook too easily. It's about the wisdom to release the weight of resentment, the strength to let go of past wrongs, and the grace to move forward with a lighter heart. As we age, we all carry scars from life's disappointments, broken promises, betrayals, or misunderstandings. Some cling to these hurts, letting them fester into bitterness. But those who quietly become more precious than gold, they choose forgiveness, not for others' sake alone, but for their own peace. Take Sarah, a 73-year-old retired florist. Years ago, she had a falling out with a close friend over a painful misunderstanding. For a while, the hurt consumed her, and she carried the grudge like a heavy burden. But one day, Sarah decided to let it go. She reached out, not to rehash the past, but to offer forgiveness and find closure. That act didn't just mend their friendship. It freed Sarah. Her family noticed a change. She was more at peace, more open, and carried a quiet joy that drew others to her. Her grandkids love her stories not because they're dramatic, but because they're told with a heart unburdened by old wounds. Her friends seek her out, knowing she's someone who doesn't hold onto anger. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget or condone what happened. It's about choosing not to let past pain define your present. It's recognizing that holding on to resentment only hurts you, stealing your energy and clouding your joy. The most admired older adults aren't the ones who keep score of every wrong. They're the ones who, with quiet strength, let go of what no longer serves them. They don't waste time dwelling on old arguments or seeking revenge. Instead, they become a source of grace, someone others turn to for wisdom and understanding, someone whose presence feels like a balm in a world full of conflict. Here's the beautiful truth. Forgiveness doesn't just heal relationships, it transforms your own life. It lifts the weight off your shoulders, deepens your connections, and opens your heart to new possibilities. If you've ever known someone who forgives with grace, you know how rare and powerful it is. And if you nurture this quality in yourself, you'll become someone quietly more valuable than gold, not because of what you've held on to, but because of what you've chosen to release. If this resonates, if you believe in the power of forgiveness to set you free, let me know by dropping a 7 in the comments. Your engagement helps me creating content to inspire and uplift you. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 6 qualities. They're not about wealth, status, or chasing external success. They're about something far deeper: how you carry yourself, how you treat others, and the choices you make every single day. The people who are quietly more precious than gold don't run after attention or demand recognition. They're the ones who cultivate wisdom, kindness, and a deep sense of self-worth, qualities that only grow richer with time. Here's the key: these traits don't just happen on their own. They require intention, commitment, and a daily choice to keep growing, evolving, and shining in your own quiet, powerful way. In a nutshell, it's simple but profound. Live with purpose, love with grace, and value yourself fiercely. That's the secret to a life that's not just admired, but deeply fulfilling. If you see a bit of yourself in any of these 6 qualities, or if you're inspired to nurture them more, know that you're already on the right path. These traits aren't just about earning others' respect, they're about helping you honor who you are. And when you embrace the person you're meant to be, respect, admiration, and a sense of true contentment follow naturally. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 qualities spoke to you the most? Are you already nurturing one in your life, or is there one you're excited to focus on? Share your thoughts, and maybe even a story from your own journey, in the comments below. I truly enjoy reading your experiences and insights, and your stories inspire others too. Thank you for spending this time with us today. Drop a comment and tell us one thing you're taking away from this video and how you plan to weave it into your life. Your voice matters to us, and reading your thoughts fuels our motivation to keep going. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little inspiration. Your support helps us keep creating content to uplift and inform. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.